You're welcome to the DTU studio. Dear friends, in today's episode of ROOBAROO, I bring you face to face with another alumnus of BCE DTU, Mr. Sanjay Modi. Mr. Sanjay Modi is the managing director of APAC and Gulf of Monster Worldwide Incorporation since April 2009. You are an alumnus of our Delhi Technological University, which then was known as DCE. And you probably joined in 1986. You belong to Delhi?
Yes.
Okay, that's wonderful. So you're born and brought up in Delhi, and then you got your schooling in Delhi, and then you came up to. That time also, it must have been really prestigious to get admitted into
No,
BCE.
absolutely. And for me, I think it was a great stroke of chance or luck, you can say, because I was a national level table tennis player.
Okay.
And I used to represent Delhi State. And in my playing days, I used to travel almost 10 months in a year.
That's wonderful.
And it so happened then in class 12th, in January, by that time I had been to school only for 1 week.
Okay.
So when I came from national games and I was at my home, the peon of school knocked at the door and gave a letter to my father saying that your child is not permitted to appear in the board examination because he hardly went to school.
Okay.
So my dad took me to the principal's office and said, you know, with your permission only, he had been playing right through, bringing laurels to the country and to the school. Why are you doing that? He says, our school is a prestigious one. Nobody in science has flunked so far. And I think your child would be the first one.
Right.
So he said, okay, let's do one thing. You give him 4 weeks, let him study, take a test. And if he qualifies, you give him the roll number, otherwise no. So principal said, great. So 4 weeks I studied.
Okay.
And I didn't know what was day, what was night. And I think this is what sports brings to you.
Okay.
Extreme focus, concentration, you set a goal and you go for it. And it so happened that on a particular day, all 3 subjects, physics, chemistry, maths, were scheduled one after the other. So there was no
My
gap.
goodness.
So I came at 8 and by the time I finished, it was 5 in the evening. And they asked me to wait. And after an hour, principal just came out and said, here is your roll number, best of luck. And then I appeared for the board examination. And when the result was coming, obviously there was no chance that I could get into a premier institute like DC. And in those times, when you go into a school, people never used to, or the teachers never used to talk about IIT. They only used to say, my child, you have to get into DC. Right? That used to be the prestige and image of the college. So when the result was coming, I was obviously nervous because compared to other students, I had put only 1/10 of work compared to what they had put in. So I thought I will go late in the evening. And the result normally used to come in the afternoon. So I went at about 7:30. As I was walking in, it was a long walk. And I saw principal, my physics teacher and my father standing at the gate. I said, now you have a red mark underneath, it's better you turn around. So the moment I was about to turn around, the principal shouted my name and said, come here. The moment I went in, he just embraced me. He said, you have scored 91% PCM, and in physics you have scored the highest, 97 on 100. So that I would say was a life-changing moment.
Life-changing moment. Life achievement.
Right. And though I will never recommend this to any student, that you can get through in 2.5 months of work. And I think the system of some of the friends helped and the faith that my parents had on me, saying that really worked for me.
Parental support, moral support really matters. But one thing is for sure, like you said, that time it was only DCE and there was nothing else to think of for seeking admission in engineering. Even today, DTU has same sort of a longing for people. People have a longing to get admitted in DTU in the same way.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, when there were a lot of people who asked me later on, why didn't you appear for IIT? I said I never felt the need.
never felt
And I
the
was forced to apply for bits as a standby, but I was very clear. My dream was to get into DCE.
DCE,
Yeah.
yes. And no regrets?
No regrets whatsoever.
That's wonderful. One thing let me share with you is, you know, I have recently joined DTU. It's just been 2 years only. But what I have experienced is the best thing in DTU are us students.
Yes.
They are the best asset.
Yeah.
We have good faculty, we have good everything, we have an environment. But whatever environment that has been built is been built by the traditions which you people created in the past. And that tradition continues. So you lots of societies, lots of groups, students sharing and pampering and conveying it to the younger generation,
Yes.
the next batches.
Yes.
They wait for it.
Yeah.
They wait for the new student comes and then we share our experiences.
Right.
That
Right.
tradition is the
Is the best one, yeah.
best one here.
Yeah.
So you passed out in 90,
90,
and you passed out in mechanical.
Yes.
You are,
Yes.
That was your beat.
Yeah.
When you were leaving, DTU, because joining is your, it was
It was
your
it was
share-
euphoria.
it was euphoria. But when you are leaving, by
Yeah.
that time, DTU prepares you a lot for your takeoff,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So during that takeoff, had you thought of joining what you were going to join or what opportunity you are getting, or had you thought of where you have reached today,
Yeah.
you would be able to reach that place? What was your experience?
Let me be honest. I think in those times, there was not so much of planning as it is now.
As it is now.
Right? I think there is too much of very micro planning that the student does. And on the hindsight, I believe
It was your destiny and your hard work
So
which
I
you used to carry forward.
Carry forward. So what I really felt was that you need to flow and you need to be adaptable to whatever situations that come your way.
They can do.
And I think DTU in a way prepares you fantastically for that. You know, the entire ecosystem, the bonding that you established with faculty, with your friends, with your seniors, etc. So in one hand you had flexibility and openness, on other hand there was certain kind of discipline flowing. There was certain kind of focus which was there, you know, those kind of weekly tests you used to have every Thursday, right, and then followed by semester. So there was a regiment as well, and there was an openness as well to explore yourself as a person.
That regimentation was not forced.
Not
that
forced.
regimentation was acquired.
Acquired. So I think that really prepares a student from DCE/DTU to come out as more of a well-rounded personality to face the world. I think the main job of a premier institute is to really prepare you for the challenges of the world, because you have already taken the cream in. You have taken the top 1%, top 2%, and they are studying with you. And whatever you give them in terms of curriculum, I'm sure everyone has a capability to grasp and, move forward.
Like you said, there are very rare examples of people like you who are into the table tennis and national champion at the +2 level, and then taking admission in DC, because most of the guys who would come join such premier institutions is whose parents have put them those camel goggles, and they have not seen anything other than that. But you are that way very lucky, I would say. It's quite lucky.
No, I think this combination has really helped me in my life, both personal and professional.
Very true, very true. So, any interesting experience of your DCE and DTU that time?
Lots, I would
Which
say. Lots. There is one which I can share with you. That as a normally as part of the curriculum in your last semester you have to present a project, do a project and give a presentation, right? So there was a project that we were doing on metallurgy, and there was a group of 5, and they were all at my house, and we started at 8 in the evening and we came at 4 o'clock, and suddenly I had one of my friends rushing over and saying, you know what, the aim of our project is incorrect. And I think that was one kind of a thing that none of us could fathom. So we said, okay, another half an hour, let's get dressed up and rush to the college. So those were the kind of interesting moments wherein we had the guts to actually challenge at that last moment, even 3 hours before the Viva, to say, I think we are going in the wrong direction. And I think our faculty, our professor who was our guide, really appreciated that, and he helped us navigate in the first few hours before the Viva.
So that self-correction,
Absolutely.
that's wonderful. That's
Yeah.
really wonderful. Because in life also, if you carry on that self-correction,
Yeah.
it always helps.
Yeah.
So then, after leaving DTU, then you joined what?
I joined Ingersoll Rand.
Okay.
Right. I was in the sales side. Then I did my MBA from IMT.
Okay. Okay.
And moved to NIIT. And it was in the year 2000 that I moved into the digital online space.
2000.
Right, about
That
17 years back.
The actual time when really
This all was happening, and there was a euphoria. There is a new thing which has come about. By the time I stepped in, the burst had happened. Right. But what I really knew at that time was that internet would be the future going forward. And though the company which I joined in the B2B construction side could not get its second round of funding, and it had to close, though we were making money. So I joined that company as a head. We turned around in 12 months. We were making money. Very few digital companies that time who were making money. You know, but since second round was not coming and we need to put investments in the technology side, we had to close. And then the opportunity of Monster came about. So there was a lot of debate from my friends, from my family, saying that why don't you go back to the conventional one, because you don't know what this internet is all about, and people are talking of .com burst. But I said no. The way I see it is, if you run your business well, like a normal conventional business, online digital will be the future. So Monster I joined in the year 2001 as when they
nearly 10 years after.
Almost 11 years after, and I've been with this company for almost 16 years now.
16 years.
So which again is a kind, I would say, would come in a Guinness Book of World Records sometime, because in this space, technology, digital, to be with the company. But the fact is, yes, this company gave me a brilliant run. I was part of the startup team.
What's all this Monster.com?
Monster is the world's largest job site. So it's a platform which connects employers.
Because when we talk of Monster, I see wildlings.
Yeah, so Monster is actually talks about the monstrous size of our business. So we connect millions of job seekers who are looking for job opportunities, and the employers who are planning to hire them. So that's the basic core, which is then surrounded by a lot of intelligent information which we give to both of them. Branding opportunities, technology solutions, etc., etc. So that's how it all.
So you nearly got wedded to Monster.com.
Yeah, because
and when did you really get married?
Okay, that's again a good thing, because I got married pretty early, within few months of coming out of college, because my wife also is a national level TT player. So so we knew each other for a long time.
So nearly a love marriage.
Yes.
Fine emotions.
Absolutely.
Romance. Good, that's like a DTU. Yes, passionate people.
Yeah.
That's the passionate people really do wonders, you know.
Yeah.
That's it. And what's the lady doing now?
She's a homemaker now.
She's a homemaker.
Yeah.
Good. And you got children?
Yes, I have got 2 children. My daughter is doing her master's from Terry University in environmental sciences.
Good.
And the son wants to be an automobile engineer. So he's in class 11th and is pursuing science.
That's wonderful. That's really wonderful. Now, today you have come to DTU. It's totally changed, because when you were studying, it was a different campus. Kashmiri Gate campus. And today it is a different campus. Although that campus was had lots of emotional and historical importance about that
Yeah.
venue,
Yeah.
and but it was small and
yeah.
compact.
Yeah.
And this campus is like a huge campus,
Yeah.
174 acres, and lots of new things, new structures and all. How did you find the change? You came here first time, or
No, this
you
is
came
my
earlier?
earlier also.
Okay, you came earlier.
Yeah, earlier.
So when you came the first time,
Yeah.
how did you feel it?
No, it was a, I would say, very difficult to articulate, but I felt so good and so proud. Right, and not to say that the campus where we studied was bad. I would say it was more of a boutique heritage, the side of our institution. But the students here who are studying and who would come, I think the kind of infrastructure that the college is providing today, the space and the openness to explore, and I think you name the facility and it is available there.
Yeah.
It was unheard of that in this campus you have to use your vehicle to move from point A to point B. If I had to possibly use vehicle in Kashmiri Gate, I will land to ISBT. So it's brilliant. It's you feel so proud, and because this is what we all aspired for when we were studying. We were always told that this campus is getting built, and we were hopeful maybe in our final year we will be able to move. But yes, after so many years coming back and seeing the campus, it's brilliant feeling.
Any expectations from us, like the DTU administration?
No, I don't think so. I think the college is doing the best. The humbleness, the openness that faculty has here, I think, and the connect that student builds, it goes a long way.
It goes a long way.
Right, and it gives that confidence. And I think that is the connect which has brought me back to the college. Right, so I think that's brilliant, and I will always be very grateful.
Any message to our young chaps?
I would only say one thing, that be focused in whatever you are doing. And you're not here to change the world, because that's a misnomer. It is called as passion, right? There is nothing like that. What you need to be is you need to adapt quickly. Because the world is changing faster than you can think of, and if you don't adapt quickly, you will be voted out. Right, so you should be adaptable, continuously learn. That's the way, because the way the technology and business is moving. Idea is good when people talk of startups, new businesses, etc. But I would still urge them, be married to business and just not to the idea. The business has to be viable.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So nice of it. So nice of you, Sanjay, to be with us. And I hope you continue that the bridge be made and be with us forever.
Absolutely.
God
it would be
bless
my
you.
honor. Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank you.